If you guys are watching, I love my family. All right. Thank you, Dad.
Luke and his family. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it. This is heat number 2 of the girls' backstroke. Hannah Dixon in lane 1, Emma Page in 2, Marley Nielsen in 3, Avery Crimes, who's going to win the heat out of lane 4, Cece Schultz in lane 5, and in lane 6, that was Catherine Ferris. 35-22 for Avery Fries. Avery Crimes. This is heat number 3. Kaylee Pratt from Newington in 1. Shay Casey from Fort Johnson in 2. Josie Hartzell from Long Point in 3. Grace Porter from Chatham-Moss in 4. Victoria Hemphill from Coosaw Creek in 5. And Lauren Nadow from Chamalon in lane 6. Up in lane 1 with some outside smoke. Down in lane 1, I should say, that's Kaylee Pratt. But coming on the middle of the pool here, and that's Grace Porter in 33.08 to take that win.
Place your feet. 50 yards, backstroke. Take your mark.
Lane 1, that's Genevieve Giles from Northbridge. 2, Helen Beischel from Park Shore. 3, Tara McCaskill from Long Point. 5, Abby Hawk from Crowfield. 5 is Caitlin Evans from James Island. And in lane 6, that's Grace Lake from Daniel Island. Outside smoke towards the bottom. Genevieve Giles first, Helen Beischel second in lanes 1 and 2. Park Shore Northbridge, we've seen a lot of these, have been next to each other a lot, the regional rivals, just a few minutes drive apart. And Jenny Giles trying to hold off Helen Beischel at the bottom of your screen there in lane 1. As the field comes back to them at the end. And it's Beischel 32.90, followed closely by Giles in 33.13. Heat 5, Maddie Ballard from Chatham-Moss in 1. Anna Mashanya from Hobcaw in 2. Bella Kissel from Chamalon in 3. Virginia Cackley from Newington in 4, with some nice underwaters. Past halfway down the pool, Catherine Beebe from James Island in 5, and C.G. Sober from Daniel Island in 6. Bella Kissel for Chamalon being challenged by Maddie Ballard, and next to her, Virginia Cackley. And Catherine Beebe from James Island, it's going to be 31.01 for Bella Kissel. So we get set for a very tight final heat of this event. Kissel won that last heat by 600ths. This final heat, that's Miriam Woodhall at the bottom of your screen in lane 1. Kaylee Lawler from Snee Farm in 2. Eliza Smith from Northbridge in 3. Anna Polonsky from Coosaw Creek in 4. Hannah Lawler, older sister of Kaylee in lane 5. And Haley Slusser in lane 6 for the Country Club. Great underwater work from Hannah Lawler there in 2. Eliza Smith in 3. Looks like Eliza Smith slightly ahead right now. Watch for Miriam Woodhall in 1, though. This one is way close to call right now. The turn critical, the underwater's critical. The Lawler sisters, Miriam Woodhall challenging Eliza Smith in the middle of the pool. But Smith is ahead right now. And this is going to be Northbridge and Eliza Smith with the win in 29.58. Taking second was Miriam Woodhall with a nice swim at the finish. And Haley Slusser took third for the Country Club.
I beat the record too.
We have the boys 15-18 backstroke right now. William Bullard in lane 1 for Northbridge. Sebastian Poncinella from Country Club in 2. Gage Parker for Crowfield in 3. Gavin Milligan from Country Club in 4. John Michael Stagliano from Pine Forest in 5. And Daniel Grimes for Ashboro in 6. Eliza Smith, the winner of the girls 15-18 backstroke. What did that one mean to you to win that race?
All the hard work paid off. Dealing with all your dad jokes through practice highly paid off.
How do you handle the pressure of being seated first, knowing that you have a really tight, really competitive heat right there?
Not well.
So how did you? You seem to handle it pretty well. You won the race.
I don't know. I like to overthink everything, so I'm just really glad that was over.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome. Real quick, do you have a shout-out you want to give to the folks watching at home?
Thank you for supporting me again.
To who?
Everyone on the Northbridge team.
Everyone on Northbridge. Thanks, Eliza. Congratulations.
Take care, Mark.
This is heat number 2 in the water now. Ben Atwood from Northbridge is in lane 1. Jackson Reeson is in lane 2 for Ashboro. 3 is Nathan Dolbeer from Long Point. 4 is Quinn DeWitt from Daniel Island. 5, Joseph Lempesis from James Island. And in 6, that's Chase Ringler. Ben Atwood in lane 1 at 30.56 with a big swim, a drop of more than 2 seconds for Northbridge.
Place your feet. 50 yards, backstroke.
Heat 3.
Take your mark.
Seth Early for James Island is in 1. Adam Bauer from Shadow Moss in 2. Luke Johnson for Daniel Island in 3. Burke Arredondo from Luke Johnson from Daniel Island in 3. Burke Arredondo for Shadow Moss in 4. Gabriel Seifert from Hobcaw in 5. And Scott Jeffries from the Somerville Y in lane 6. Coming into the turn here and emerging in first. Maybe it's Quinn DeWitt for Burke Arredondo for Shadow Moss. Coming into the wall here. And the winning time, it says in lane 6 at 31.0, but I think Burke Arredondo actually got it done there to win that heat as we get set for heat 4. In 1, Stephen Tanner for Shadow Moss in 2. Andrew Provosti for Hobcaw in 3. Jack Austin, son of our friend Mike Austin, in lane 4. In lane 5, that's Noah McCanna. And in Parker Walker from Park Shore. We do have a break coming up, but stay tuned as we'll have some special content, I believe, beginning either at the break or at the start of breaststroke. Jack Austin. And I'm not sitting next to Mike at the moment, but he looks proud as his son tries to fight to win this heat. But watch Parker Waldrop. He's actually going to get there at the bottom of your screen in 28.45. Jack Austin, I believe, was second. Heat 5, second to last heat here. Nick Baruti from Newington in 1. Will Vandergrift from Bell Hall in 2. Gray Gladwell from Chamelon in 3. Bobby Watts for Park Shore in 4. Luke Johnson from Dunes West in 5. And John Harness from Newington in lane 6. They're a little all over the lane line right now. Bobby Watts did the best job to stay straight. He had that great freestyle swim out of the second to last heat. And Bobby Watts trying to hold off Gray Gladwell there. Looks like he will. Bobby Watts in 27-29. Final heat now of backstroke. Noah Davey for Snee Farm is there in lane 1. Zach Brown for Coosaw Creek in 2. Ethan Williams from Legend Oaks in 3. Connor Westbrook for Coosaw in 4. Connor Erling from Legend Oaks in 5. And Hayden Condry from Snee Farm in 6. So 3 teams in this heat. Coosaw, Legend Oaks, and Snee Farm. And it's Connor Westbrook with the early advantage. But Ethan Williams now looking strong for Legend Oaks. Legend Oaks lost Connor Campbell from last year, who set the meet record in freestyle, but a lot of really good older boys. And this is going to be Ethan Williams. Noah coming up is looking strong, but 25.52 for Ethan Williams to get the win there. Taking second was Connor Westbrook in 26.48. And taking third, it was Noah Davey in 26.67.
Remember that our senior scholarships are funded in two ways, selling e-sheets and selling t-shirts. E-sheets are marked down to $10 today. They're an excellent souvenir, especially for all the sports in there. We have about 70 e-sheets left.
All right, we're here with Ethan, winner of the backstroke. So what does that mean to you to get that win right there?
That feels really good. I was going for the record, but I can get that next year.
So what's your strategy in a race like this when you know you're in a tight race, only a few different teams, Coosaw, who you guys have seen before, and obviously Sneak Farm. What are you trying? What is your key to get that done?
To win, you have to have a good start and turn. My turn on that one was a little shady because I ran something line.
A lot of people did.
Yeah. But it was a good race. You gotta have fast arms. You just gotta sprint the whole way.
How do you manage the start on these pads?
Alright, so I've slipped on this block a lot in the past years. So I put my foot, my left foot below the pad so I can actually like grip it. Good job.
Interesting. Real quick, any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Shout out Ashridge High School.
Yeah, you're on camera.
Thanks, Ethan. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Right there.